What up, Laker fam? It's your boy DTLF back with another halftime report. Oh, what y'all think I wasn't going to do it because we're down 24? No, sir. Here we are. Lakers down 24 playing ugly basketball. It looks like we're missing everybody in the starting lineup. And it also looks like, the Suns are starting Chris Paul and DeAndre Ayton and, most of their starters. So everybody who said DeAndre Ayton was out was wrong. He played, unfortunately. But overall, this team just looks like they're coming off of a back-to-back. They look like they don't know what they're doing on offense. Again, shout out to all the haters who hate on LeBron, say that the team is better without him. There you have it. This is the team without LeBron. All right. Our offense doesn't have a sense of direction. So overall, I'm disappointed we're getting whooped, of course. It would have been nice to get a dub tonight. But now all I want to see them do is just work down the lead a little bit, man. Make this a little more competitive because nobody likes to lose to the Phoenix Bums, let alone get whooped by the Phoenix Bums. But any Suns fans that talk trash, congratulations, you're beating the South Bay Lakers right now. Whoopee, it's not a big deal. But yeah, that's just the way it is. Look, our offense a lot is predicated around LeBron and AD, and when you're missing both of those guys, you're gonna suffer tremendously. Now, Russ didn't play either, so we're missing his production off the bench. And again, they got most of their starting lineup. They're only missing Devin Booker. I think they might be better without the Punk, to be honest, man. But again, this is the product of no LeBron tonight, no Russ, no AD, obviously no Austin Reeves. The list goes on, et cetera, et cetera. And unfortunately, the ones we didn't want to play, Patrick Beverly, are playing. The ones we didn't want are playing. So it is what it is, man. This is why the Lakers do have to make a trade because we need the depth so we can at least compete in these games versus the Phoenix Bums when we go up against these scrubs, man. They're not as nice as they look tonight as we're making them look. Again, coming off of a back-to-back, the officiating is horrendous, is atrocious, is poor. And again, they got most of their bigs. Stat-wise, the Lakers can't throw the ball in the ocean as their life depended on it right now. They doubled us up on rebounds 29-15, which again addresses what I've been saying about size. We need more size in the paint. And they got us on almost everything. Points in the paint, 24-20. So they're going to win. Let's be honest. They're going to win. They were most likely going to win. I was just hoping that we can make this competitive and maybe at the end we can pull out a win. But yeah, man, it's right now the Lakers are sleepwalking. Right? We look like a team that flew in late after a game last night. And that's what happened. Purple and Gold said Thomas is the worst defensive big I've ever seen. He is when he's going up against DeAndre Ayton, right? Obviously, the size difference right there is gonna eat him up alive. Now, I'll be honest, Damian Jones looked better tonight, but that's because he's going up against bench players. It has nothing to do with him being better than him. Although the other guy, obviously Damian Jones has more athleticism and his shot blocking might be a little bit better. But overall, we still need another big. Damian Jones not going to cut it either, right? So, and this is why we need another big because I like Thomas Bryant, but I like him better alongside AD. So AD could have put a stop to this guy tonight. But he will be undersized when he's going up against legit 7-footers. That's something we've talked about before. Gabriel does look a little bit rusty. That's fine. But overall, we're all the LeBron haters that said we look better without him. He is our offense when AD is out. Well, that's how we were able to get the win yesterday versus Washington. So I do want to know, I want him to keep that same energy. And I keep picking on him because they try to pick on me whenever LeBron struggles. So I'm returning the favor. That's all. But in reality, obviously, we're missing Russ as well as Anthony Davis. We're missing everybody. We need to run some offense. Yeah, man. Listen, again, we look like a team that's missing everybody and their mama, and we're coming off of a back-to-back. We just don't look good right now. Everybody's missing their shots they usually make and stuff like that. It's a lot different when you try to create for yourself than when LeBron's creating for you and you're getting wide open looks. It's a lot different. It's night and day, right? Same thing when you can play off of somebody like AD who can post you up and get his own shot. Now it's drawing more attention. Now these guys, Dennis is at least kind of getting off. He turned up a little bit in the second quarter. What has he got? Like 16 points in the first half. So he's doing his part, but nobody else is really showing up. Thomas Bryant got 9. I'll take that back. But defensively, we're basically a runway, right? Without those backup bigs and without the wings to match, we're basically a runway for the Phoenix Bums. A loss is a loss. Whether you get whooped by 30 or miss a free throw and choke, it's still a loss. Next. That is facts, Roy. That is facts. Dan, get Boogie 15 points. Again, I don't think it's the scoring, even though in this game it is the scoring, but usually we don't need scoring, man. I prefer wing depth and size for the defensive end. Because I wish Max would get more minutes. Me too, man. There's a golden opportunity for him, especially if we're getting blown out. Maybe he'll get more minutes in the second half. How many does he have in the first half? He has like 10 minutes. That's not too bad. But I mean, we got a ways to go. Our bench isn't doing too much tonight. Kendrick Nunn at least gave us some, right? Lil Dex says, empty the bench. Let's make this a preseason game. Yeah, why not? I mean, you don't lose anything. You do not lose anything at this point by emptying your bench. You're already losing. You're down big. Let's get a moral victory somehow. If we can look, listen, we're down what? We're down 20 plus, right? If we can bring this down to within 10, even if we lose like by 10 or 8 or whatever, it at least makes it respectable. You don't want to lose by a 30 piece to the Phoenix Bums. I don't care if they got Ayton and Chris Paul, and the officials on their team. Bottom line is you should at least be able to put up somewhat of a fight. But I get it. We are coming off of back-to-back. I do have to look at that. It's not an excuse. Just got to look at it. Also have to look at the fact that we're missing, like I said, half the roster, including 2 of our superstars, while Phoenix is not, right? I don't think they played yesterday, did they? Correct me if I'm wrong. And they got Chris Paul, who's obviously, has experience, and he's a vet, obviously. And then they got DeAndre Ayton, who I didn't think was going to play tonight. So that's all bad. Hey, Joseph, appreciate you, man, for the cash app. He said, for no AD update, huh? He said, I think the injury is worse. I think so too, man. And I fear that it could be a season-ending injury. God forbid it, knock on wood. But that's my biggest fear. And hopefully it doesn't come to fruition, man. Hassan Whiteside is somebody I would definitely take a flyer on. I don't know how much basketball shape he has under him right now. But listen, man, it couldn't hurt. Melo, well, he's definitely something to look at for sure. But again, it doesn't really address what we need, which is defensive versatility out by the wings and some size and rim protection in the paint. That'll help a little bit. But tonight, we ain't playing no type of defense. We ain't rotating defensively. Patrick Beverley, what does he get paid for? To run laps around the court? Because, he's not doing much either for us, man. Like, defensively, nobody is. He said, that's crazy. Nothing happened to AD. Those are the worst injuries. When it looks like nothing happened and they go down, you really get shook. So, damn, we left only LeBron's record this season. Nah, man, that's a really negative take. I think there's still a chance. Where there's a will, there's a way, right? Obviously, we need King James back. Obviously, I still feel like we need to make a trade for nights like tonight when King James. I knew he was going to take a day off. My brother was all excited, talking about how great they played, and he can't wait to see the game tonight. And I told him, bro, I don't think LeBron's going to play. They're going to load manage him because they don't want him to get injured, which is the right thing to do in the long run if you think about it, right? We knew the more winnable game was versus Washington yesterday, so we make sure we took care of business there, and then we'll rest in this game, which could have been an L either way, but at least with him it would have been a little bit more competitive. But still, you don't want to play him back to back with all the heavy load in the minutes that he's been taking on, and then you risk injury just like AD. So now that AD's out, we have to really be very careful with LeBron James. We all want to see him the Christmas Day matchup, right? He said, "You want Harrison Barnes trade with the Kings?" He's been struggling this season. I'm not sure what his contract's looking like, but I'm sure it's not very nice. We don't want any more Lil Deng type of contract. But I would not mind Harrison Barnes if his contract was semi-affordable. But I don't know how many years he has left and how much it has on his contract. Depends, man. Daniel says, all I hope is we make it 10 points. Don't want to lose by 40. Yeah, man. I definitely don't want to lose by 40. I was hoping for a early birthday present with a win tonight, but as long as we don't win by 40, like you said, I think we'll be all right. Again, I thought Ayton was out. Somebody said in the chat Ayton was out. I didn't look it over on Suns Twitter because I really don't care about Suns Twitter. But bottom line is, they came out with more guns, and we brought a spoon plastic knife to a gunfight. So yeah, we're getting blown out right now. He said LeBron should be playing tonight. He get paid millions. What? So you rather LeBron played and he gets hurt than for us to use him in the long run? Yeah, I think I'll pass. I prefer he rests tonight. I don't want LeBron paying no back-to-backs unless it's absolutely necessary for us. If let's just say it was a really crucial game where if we win it or lose, it really depends on seeding and stuff like that. Then maybe, but not this early in the season. This early in the season, you got to protect your superstars. We already lost one. We can't afford to lose another one at all. Rather let them get the night off and then come back the next game. Barnes is a max contract, and no, we don't want it. No, thank you, bro. Jesus, my king, bro. No, thank you, man. I know you're a Kings fan too, so you probably knew that, huh? Yeah, time for Butts family to sell the Lakers. Dan, your thoughts on trading for Nick Richards, maybe? You know what? The Lakers need to make multiple trades, not just one. If they really want to save the season, they need to acquire multiple pieces because, as you can see, we're lacking in depth. If we weren't lacking in depth, we wouldn't be getting blown out by 30 right now by the Suns, right? Or by 20, 24 or whatever. But look, the only one that's shown up so far in the first half is Dennis Schroeder and Thomas Bryant offensively. Nobody else has more than 6 points. Not even the great Lonnie Walker. He's been struggling lately ever since, again, Patrick Beverley in the starting lineup. So I noticed that every time Patrick Beverley comes in the starting lineup, Lonnie Walker struggles. Every time, like yesterday, Patrick Beverley wasn't starting, or I don't even think he played. And then Lonnie Walker had a 20-plus point game. So he's not a good guard to have out there with another scoring guard. It kind of offsets what you already have. And if anything, it gets more stagnant, less floor spacing, more bricks, bunch of running around and yapping. He said, I wish we could make the playoffs and face the Suns first round healthy. That would be nice. That would be really nice. Pelinka hasn't shown up. He needs to do something, man. Again, the narrative against him and Genie is only going to get worse if they don't do anything to improve this roster and they just mail it in. Then it'll be very obvious that this was their intention from the beginning if this happens, right? I don't want to hear no more excuses. You either get something done or Laker fans are going to be upset. And good luck trying to win them back without building a winner. He said, I sense a false comeback incoming, unfortunately. Listen, I'd rather that than getting blown out by whatever to the Suns. Nobody likes to get blown out by the Suns. One of the worst teams in the leagues, man. Everybody knows why. I don't even need to explain it at this point. But that's going to wrap it up for me, guys. I'll see you guys here for the post-game recap. By the way, no Petty, man. He something came up for him. He was not able to show up tonight, but he said he'll be on probably the next stream after that. But I appreciate y'all, man. I will definitely be on here for the post-game recap, and I'll see you guys here right after the game. All right, so make sure you hit the like button, and peace.